Tired of overpowered isekai MCs and screaming shonen protagonists and shonen scream-offs? These underrated anime spotlight genius protagonists who win not with brute strength, but with brains sharp enough to cut steel. Whether it's masterminding rebellions, solving impossible puzzles, or bending science to their will, these MCs thrive on strategy, manipulation, and sheer intellect. Each series serves up a gripping mental chess match where the stakes are sky high and the plot twists never stop. Perfect for fans who want smart storytelling, morally gray decisions, and mind games over muscle. Forget superpowers. These characters prove that raw brainpower is the ultimate weapon. First on our list is Battle Game in 5 Seconds. It throws high schooler Akira Shiroyanagi, who's equal parts game nerd and sugar addict, into a deathmatch he didn't exactly sign up for. 1 minute he's chilling with sweets and strategy games, and the next, he's erased from society and drafted into a twisted battle royale run by a shady lady named Mion. Everyone's handed a random supernatural power, and let's just say Akira's isn't exactly flashy. His ability, Sophist, only lets him use powers his enemies think he has. Sounds useless, right? Not if you've got a brain like Akira's. Instead of punching his way out of problems, Akira leans into mind games, turning his meh power into a mental nuke. He lies, fakes, bluffs, and manipulates his opponents so convincingly they basically defeat themselves. 1 second they think he's got laser eyes or can stop time, and the next they're flat on the floor. He's not just fighting to survive. He's gunning to tear the whole messed up system down, all while teaming up with equally badass allies like the powerhouse Yuri. The show's all about brain versus brawn, and Akira's out here proving that clever beats strong any day, especially when you know exactly how to play the game. Next up is B-Tomb, and B-Tomb is what happens when your favorite video game turns into your worst nightmare. Meet Ryota Sakamoto, 22 years old, unemployed, and an absolute legend at the online bomb-slinging game B-Tomb. One day, he wakes up on a remote island with zero clue how he got there, no Wi-Fi, and surprise! A bag full of real-life explosives, called BIMs, strapped to his hip, and a mysterious chip lodged in his hand like a cursed Fitbit. Turns out, Ryota's been thrown into a twisted Hunger Games-style deathmatch, where the only way out is to blow people up, collect 8 of their chips, and hope you're not next. The catch? This isn't some cozy LAN party. These bombs are real. People are dying, and Ryota's opponents aren't just NPCs. Thankfully, he's not totally alone. He links up with Himiko, his in-game wife, Awkward, and together they try to survive this human version of a ranked match gone rogue. What sets Ryota apart? Dude's got a tactical brain built for war zones. He knows every bomb like the back of his hand and can MacGyver a trap out of thin air. He uses terrain, trickery, and good old-fashioned strategy to outplay people who are way more bloodthirsty. While others panic, he plans. And that's what makes B-Tomb so wild. It's not just about who can throw a bomb the hardest, but who can outthink everyone else in the middle of the chaos. Imagine getting trapped in your favorite MMORPG after an update and no, there's no logout button. That's the setup for Log Horizon, where thousands of players suddenly find themselves living inside the world of Elder Tale. Enter Shiro, quiet, awkward, rocking some serious glasses, and secretly a tactical mastermind. He doesn't swing a big sword or throw flashy fireballs. His weapon is strategy, and oh boy, does he know how to use it. While everyone else freaks out or starts griefing each other, Shiro's out here thinking 10 steps ahead. He forms a guild, Log Horizon, with his bros Naotsugu, the tank with too much energy, and Akatsuki, the deadly pint-sized ninja. But instead of just grinding mobs, Shiro focuses on fixing society. He negotiates with NPCs, now sentient, builds a working economy, and even sets up a governing body called the Round Table Alliance. Shiro's genius? Turning game mechanics into real-world systems. He sees this new world like one giant, glitchy puzzle and decides he's going to solve it. Not with brute force, but with diplomacy, logistics, and just the right amount of chaos. If brains were DPS, Shiro would be top of the leaderboard every time. Next up is Overlord. In Overlord, Momonga gets stuck in a video game, but not just any video game. It's Yggdrasil, a once popular DMMORPG. And now he's permanently logged in as his ridiculously overpowered skeleton avatar, Ainz Ualgaun. Trapped in this strange new world where NPCs suddenly have feelings and worship him like a god, Ainz could easily just flex his power nonstop. But here's the kicker: what really makes him terrifying isn't just the magic nukes, it's that brain of his. Ainz is a strategic monster. The guy doesn't just fight, he plays 4D chess. While everyone else is still figuring out checkers, he plans multiple moves ahead, manipulates entire kingdoms, and always makes sure to project absolute, calculated confidence, even when he has no clue what's going on. And somehow, it still works. What's wild is that half the time his subordinates overanalyze his offhand comments as galaxy-brained commands. Instead of correcting them, Ainz rolls with it, adapting on the fly and turning their assumptions into actual genius plans. He weaponizes misdirection, lets people underestimate him, and wins through sheer psychological warfare and resourceful use of Nazaric's overwhelming arsenal. Imagine waking up after 3,700 years and realizing humanity's been turned into lawn ornaments. That's exactly what happens to Senku Ishigami, the wildly brilliant, science-loving high schooler in Dr. Stone. While most people would panic or cry about the lack of Wi-Fi, Senku just dusts himself off and says, "Time to bring back civilization," with nothing but rocks, sticks, and his galaxy brain intellect. What makes Senku a total genius isn't just his Einstein-level IQ, it's the way he applies it like a mad scientist MacGyver. He remembers everything: how to make soap, antibiotics, electricity, ramen, you name it. And he rebuilds it all from scratch, turning the Stone Age into a DIY science playground. He's basically rebuilding 21st century tech with Flintstones-level tools. But Senku's smarts go beyond just flashy inventions. He's a master planner with serious, long-game vision. Whether he's recruiting allies, reviving people strategically, or going head-to-head with a muscle-bound anti-tech rival who wants to smash every adult fossil into dust, Senku always thinks 10 steps ahead. Oh, and did we mention he stayed conscious while petrified for thousands of years just by sheer willpower and counting seconds in his head? Yeah. That's not just genius, that's insane genius. The man's a walking encyclopedia with the heart of a mad inventor and the ambition to reboot the entire planet. Next is Raka. Braves of the Six Flowers kicks off like your classic fantasy showdown. 6 heroes chosen by fate to take down a demon god. Easy, right? Well, not when 7 show up. Suddenly, it's not just swords and spells anymore. It's full-on Among Us Fantasy Edition. Now everyone's pointing fingers, and guess who's looking the shadiest of them all? Adlet Mayer, the self-declared strongest man in the world. Bold move, dude. But don't let the flashy intro fool you. Adlet's real power isn't brute strength, it's his brain. The guy's a walking mystery novel protagonist. While everyone else is ready to throw hands, he's calmly dissecting the situation like Sherlock in a fantasy cloak. He reads people like open books, sets psychological traps, and flips suspicions back on his accusers with pure logic and confidence. Even when he's surrounded, outgunned, and seriously out-magicked, he's playing chess, while the others are stabbing checkers boards. Adlet's the kind of genius who uses smoke bombs and philosophy. His greatest weapon? Staying 2 steps ahead of everyone while looking like he's fumbling. Whether he's tricking his enemies into revealing their tells, or turning suspicion into a strategy, he thrives under pressure. Basically, if brains were blades, Adlet's packing Excalibur and he's not afraid to use it. Next up is Lazarus. Lazarus throws us headfirst into 2052, a future that looked pretty chill, all thanks to a miracle drug called Hapna. No pain, no wars, no chaos, just good vibes. Until the guy behind it all, Dr. Skinner, pulls the ultimate villain move. He pops back up after vanishing for 3 years and drops the bomb. Surprise! Hapna's actually a slow-acting poison, and everyone who took it is gonna drop dead in 30 days. Oh, and guess who has the only cure? Yup, him. Lazarus comes in. A high-stakes, international dream team formed to stop the world from going full apocalypse mode. This squad's got brains, brawn, and style, and at the center of it all is Axel, a former convict with ninja-level reflexes and a talent for defying death. But don't let the action hero moves fool you. This guy's sharp. Like MacGyver meets Mission Impossible. Sharp. He's constantly reading the room, flipping plans on their heads, and pulling off genius-level improvisations that leave you wondering if he planned it all, or just thrives in chaos. Lazarus isn't just about brute force, it's a masterclass in crisis strategy. With Axel leading the charge, and each member playing a crucial role, this team is humanity's brainy, badass last hope. When the clock's ticking and the world's burning, you call Lazarus. Next up is No Game, No Life. In No Game, No Life, Sora and Shiro aren't just your average gaming siblings, they're the ultimate shut-in power duo, known as Blank, an undefeated legend in the online world with no username and 0 losses. Real life? Total garbage. But video games? That's their kingdom. So when they get sucked into a world where everything from wars to personal beefs is settled by games, yeah, they're ready to dominate. Welcome to Disboard, where violence is illegal and everything runs on the Ten Covenants, a rulebook written by the literal god of games, Tet. Humanity's pretty much a joke here, sitting at the bottom of the food chain. But for Sora and Shiro, this is their dream battleground. Armed with sky-high IQs, they're not just playing games, they're breaking them apart, rewriting the meta, and flipping entire civilizations like it's just another Friday night. What makes them geniuses? Shiro's a cold, calculating math and logic prodigy who can crush any numbers-based challenge. Sora? He's a manipulative mastermind who reads people like open books and plays 10 moves ahead. Separately, they're dangerous. Together, completely unstoppable. Whether it's a game of chess, word puzzles, or full-on interspecies warfare, they're always in control, always thinking, always winning with the end game of challenging the god who brought them here. Legends. Honestly, another masterpiece is Code Geass. Code Geass throws us into an alternate world where the powerful Britannian Empire has steamrolled its way across the globe, including Japan, now renamed Area 11. In the middle of it all is Lelouch v. Britannia, a disgraced prince living undercover as a student. On the surface, he's just a smart guy with a tragic past. But behind the glasses and school uniform is a mastermind simmering with revenge. Everything shifts when he encounters a strange girl named CC, who gifts him the Geassan overpowered ability that lets him command anyone to do whatever he says, just once, as long as they make eye contact. Armed with that power, Lelouch crafts a new identity Zero. The masked leader of a resistance group called the Black Night Sand launches a full-blown rebellion. But don't get it twisted. His Geass may be flashy, but his real weapon is his brain. Lelouch is a genius strategist who makes 4D chess look like tic-tac-toe. He's always 5 moves ahead, outthinking generals, politicians, and even his closest allies. From manipulating public opinion to setting elaborate traps, this guy can flip almost any situation to his advantage. He's not just leading a revolution, he's rewriting the rules of war itself. Whether it's using fake-outs, psychological tricks, or cold logic, Lelouch turns chaos into calculated victory. He's a master manipulator who knows exactly when to strike and how hard. In a world full of mechs, magic eyes, and war, Lelouch's real superpower is that brain of his. Top our list is none other than Death Note. Death Note kicks off with Light Yagami, top of his class, straight-A student who's bored out of his genius mind and thoroughly disgusted by how messed up the world is. Then, bam, he stumbles upon the Death Note, a notebook dropped by a Shinigami or death god named Ryuk. This notebook isn't for doodling write someone's name in it, and boom, they drop dead. Light sees it as his divine tool to clean up the world and create a crime-free utopia. Of course, he casts himself as the god of this new world under the alias Kira. Now here's where Light's genius really kicks into high gear. He doesn't just go on a reckless killing spree. No, he plays it cool, calculating every move like a chess grandmaster. Light crafts complex schemes within schemes, always staying one step ahead of the authorities. And when L enters the picture, the world's most brilliant and eccentric detective becomes a full-blown mental showdown. Every episode feels like a logic Olympics, as Light manipulates events, frames others, and even temporarily gives up his memory just to throw L off his trail. Who does that? He reads people like open books, twists every situation to his advantage, and never crumbles under pressure. Even when backed into a corner, Light pulls off the most absurdly clever plays, all while flashing that smug grin. Sure, he might be terrifyingly morally gray, or maybe pitch black, but you can't deny it. Light Yagami is the definition of dangerously smart. That's the end of the recap. Let us know if you want part 2 by leaving a comment in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to avoid being virgin forever. See you guys in the next video.